Join me as I show you some rappers who have completely let themselves go in one way or another. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to King Trending for all your future rap content. Number 8. Lil Pump.
I am the best rapper alive. I want everybody to know that.
A prime example of a rapper letting himself go by the way of embracing his image too much is Lil Pump. The Gucci Gang rapper may be on the rise in a big way, but it comes at a cost that even he can't deny when looking at himself in the mirror. Now sure, Lil Pump has worked hard to get his way through life in order to get to where he is right now in regards to rapping, but it went to his head, and then his head got weird ideas on what to do to his body to make himself unique. Now sure, Lil Pump isn't heavyset or obese, not yet, but look at him at his earlier career and now look at him now. And you'll see that he's been getting more and more tattoos on his face, and that goes without mentioning his constantly changing of hair colors that go from colorful to just plain weird. Now ironically, Lil Pump is embracing this new trend in terms of looks in a totally new way now, as he found out that other studios are looking at how he rose to fame and are now trying to institute a Lil Pump plan of sorts, which includes mimicking how he looks. And one of his latest songs, he has dozens of people mimic him to call out his trendy looks. So as you can see, he's not going to regress in how he looks. If anything, he's going to go even more bold on it, which is a pity when you think about it. Number 7. Nicki Minaj.
CARDI, that really was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out.
Another way of letting yourself go is to forsake who you are now and embrace what you need to be in order to make it to where you want to go. For Nicki Minaj, her journey into music started slowly. She was founded by Lil Wayne and built her way up to the ranks. And now she's one of, or if not, depending on who you talk to, the queen of rap, which is a high honor. Her albums sell really well, and her visual appearance is one that many find attractive, especially in the various outfits that she wears on various staged performances and music videos. Or how about her current feud with the other queen of rap, Cardi B? Their internet-born feud actually led to a fight, a literal physical altercation during Fashion Week 2018. And yeah, it got ugly. But why did it happen? Well, according to Cardi, Nicki insulted her daughter while they were next to each other on the red carpet. Seriously? You insult the person's daughter on the red carpet of Fashion Week? Do you have any sense of impulse control? Like any of it? Apparently not. And these are just a few of the incidents that Minaj has had over the years with various people. She may be a queen, but she's one you need to tread lightly around. Number 6. Post Malone.
I want to take this genre, and stretch it so far that people who may not listen to it, listen to it.
Post Malone is one of the more popular musicians out there right now, but his musical style is one where you either like it or you don't, which is fine, but that's just how music goes nowadays. When you look at Post Malone himself though, you might not be sure what you're looking at unless you know his history. This is a guy who's bounced around from genre to genre until he decided to end up with rap, with mixes of other genres of course, and his look has evolved to make him seem more of a rapper, and this is all part of the letting himself go phase. If you look at the pictures of Post Malone over the years, you'll see that he has more and more tattoos, especially on his face and arms, which might make you question, why does he do that? Some feel that it might be the types of songs that he sings, but it's honestly kind of hard to tie that together in a meaningful way. Plus, when you consider his weight gain over the years, it's more like a cry for attention than anything else, which is a double-edged sword in some ways. In fact, he's become so noticeable that he has to wear hats and long sleeve shirts to go unnoticed in public. And even then, that doesn't even work. One time he went undercover in a collaboration with Omaz, and a person recognized him on the spot. How? Well, because they looked at the tattoos on his face, and they recognized him instantly.
Can I be find anything? My name's Skylar.
Oh my god. Are you Post Malone?
No, you got me already.
Now, Post Malone can still make himself a bit more healthy in terms of weight, but when it comes to his growing tattoo collection, yeah, that's a bit more difficult. Number 5. Cardi B. Hold on. Don't throw stones at me yet. As I noted, just letting yourself go means that a lot of things. It means a lot of things. And anyone who knows Cardi B knows that she takes great pride in her figure, and she should, and that she aims to be the best looking woman on the planet. But when it comes to matters of personality in the media, she's done some things that she shouldn't have, honestly. Despite her desire to be the best looking person on the planet, she did do something that's kind of put herself in jeopardy. She got pregnant. She and her husband Offset, more on that in a bit, had a baby last year, a little girl named Culture. And believe it or not, this wasn't planned. In fact, Cardi B on record said that she freaked out when she found out that she was pregnant, because she, not even 30, in her prime of her career, now has to take care of a child. But she made it through, and with her husband's encouragement, not only had the baby, but has now came back in full Cardi B form. But that also means that her personality is back in full swing, and she's not exactly tame when it comes to that. Late last year recently, she claimed on Instagram that she was separating with Offset, which would have been okay if it was believable. So you may be wondering, what wasn't believable about it? She was seen very happy with Offset days before, and when people tried to hate on Offset, she defended him. And that's just on the day of the announcement. In the weeks that followed, Cardi and Offset led the media on a wild goose chase in sort of terms of what was going on and what wasn't, and so on and so forth. And when the two were caught together in Puerto Rico, despite saying they wouldn't see each other again for some time, Cardi B played it off by saying that she wanted to sleep with Offset again, even though they were caught on a water ski in Puerto Rico. Yeah, now the two are back together and going through some marriage counseling right now. As you can see, Cardi now craves the spotlight and will do a lot to make sure that it's on her. So say goodbye to her humility and her desire for privacy. Number 4, 6ix9ine.
Rapper born Daniel Hernandez has a long history with law enforcement.
How do you know you've let yourself go on the inside? When you're so convinced that you can do anything that you go and do something really stupid, such as getting yourself arrested and then possibly ending up in jail for the rest of your life. Yeah, you could argue that just about everything 6ix9ine did or does is a definition of letting yourself go. He changed his luck, his outlook, his friends, and just about everything you can change about yourself over the course of his young career. 6ix9ine was already one of the most controversial rappers in the world because of his explicit lyrics and certain things he did in the past. And trust me, there were a lot of bad things. But just as bad, he did all kinds of stunts that would land him in courtrooms and jailhouses. Then in November of 2018, he was arrested by federal authorities and charged with crimes that could end up with him in prison for life. But that's not the only way he let himself go. You see, for years, 6ix9ine talked about how hardcore he was, and that he was living the life in every way. But when he got offered a plea deal in exchange for a lighter sentence, and possibly no sentence at all, he took it without a moment's thought. He became a rat, the very thing he's sworn up and down that he'd never be. So in one move, he let go of all his street cred, his friends, his former allies, and much more. And he's going to find it hard to be trusted given his plea deal. You know, should he even get out of prison? Number 3, Eminem. Eminem is one of the greatest success stories in the history of rap music, but he's also a cautionary tale about what can happen to you if you let yourself go physically and mentally. And that's a lesson that many of these young rappers should learn. It may be all right now, but near the beginning of his career, he was anything but that. From 2000 to 2010, Eminem was the most popular and best-selling musical artist in the world, an entire decade. But as fame and power often do, they pressure you to do bad things. The stress of making music, along with having somewhat of an abusive relationship with his longtime girlfriend, led to Eminem to start eating a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. He would go to McDonald's where he lived so much that the people knew him by name, and they would get his order ready before he had even ordered it. It even got so bad that people thought that they recognized him, but then turned and said, Eminem ain't fat. Think about how much weight he would have had to gain just for those kids to say that. I'm just saying. But it was just this mental stress that almost did it in for him, an overdose that almost took his life, and here he realized he needed to do things better. He went and got healthier, refused drugs, and worked hard to get his life back in order, and he did it. It took a while though, including an overdose of another kind, the excuse, but he eventually pulled himself back into a very healthy state. 2019 Eminem looks a lot different than 2009 Eminem, but it's a story that should prove that you can let yourself go, but you can also work your way back up to where you need to be. Number 2, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is one of the legends of the rap world, but he's also a man, if you look at him from top to bottom, you'll see the marks that he's put on himself in order to define himself even more, which is part of the problem. The man is covered in tattoos. On his face, on his arms, on his neck, on his chest, on his back. Think about all the money he likely spent on those tattoos. And that's to say nothing of his dreads, his grills, and the shades and everything else. Plus, Lil Wayne is known very well because of his substance abuse problems, which has affected his voice in certain ways. During the recent national championship halftime show, Imagine Dragons brought on Lil Wayne to sing with them. Many noted that they couldn't understand a single word that Wayne was saying. The message here is that you shouldn't mess up your body and mind too much, for it'll cost you. Number 1, Kanye West.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Could there be anyone on the top of this list other than Kanye? I'm asking honestly here, because think about it. This is a man who was at the top of his rap game, and then he refused to take care of his mental health, which led him to go down many dark paths and making many stupid decisions that hurt his own career multiple times. Just look at late last year as an example of this. He went on a near 100 tweets rant about Drake, his life, those who threatened his family, the songs that he's made and doesn't apologize for, and so much more. A guy who randomly posts things about celebrities and no one is able to discern just what the intent the guy is having. This is a guy who created one of the most explicit songs ever in I Love It, and had one of the oddest music videos to boot with it. Not to mention he wears clothes that clearly doesn't fit him and apparently is spending more money than he makes, to the extent that he asked Mark freaking Zuckerberg to help him out financially so that he can make what he loves. His mental condition is so bad that he even admits that he has mental issues, but doesn't take the medicine needed to help him combat his condition because it messes with his flow. Think about that. Instead of being better and having a clear thought in his head, he'd rather have the risk of having an explosive mental breakdown, which happens quite a lot. You almost have to wonder what it will take for Kanye to take himself and his condition serious, if there's anything that can do that. His wife Kim Kardashian tries to rein him in, but it only works so much. If he doesn't take control of everything soon, he could very likely lose everything that he honestly worked very hard to achieve. So that's gonna wrap up the video. Thank you for watching. And so which of these rappers let themselves go the most in your minds? Also, do you know any other rappers who could have been on this list? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time on King Trending. Hey, just a reminder that we're changing up the giveaways. From now on, we're offering the Galaxy Note 9, the one that comes with the exclusive Fortnite skin, the new iPhone X Max, which we'll pre-order for you, and the new Apple Watch Series 4, which we'll also pre-order for you. The winner gets to decide between these three. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like, and comment the hidden message in the video for a chance to win. You got nothing to lose. Go for it.